Hello, Gemini, and welcome back to your reading. Not your reading, my goodness. Welcome back to my channel. So I am doing your 2025 reading, so it's for now and the rest of 2025. I wasn't actually going to do these, but I felt called to, and so I went with it, okay? So let's see what we're looking at for you, Gemini, for now and the rest of 2025, okay? Let's see, Gemini, what you have going on for now and the rest of 2025. Interesting the way that your cards came out. I can feel a bit of resistance as I was shuffling and a bit of resistance as they came out. So let's see how that shows up. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse, the Three of Wands in the reverse, the Five of Cups in the reverse. So something's happened that you didn't want to happen, Gemini, okay? You may have had some bad news, you may have had a setback, something has not worked out in the way that you would have wanted it to work out, okay? It probably does involve other people. It could be as simple as not getting a job that you wanted, all the way down to some kind of grief, right? Grief is present. That grief could be related to the death of someone, but it could also be related to the death of something, even if that is just your own hopes and dreams, okay? So you're feeling a bit stuck, you're feeling a bit directionless, you're not really sure where to go, Gemini, okay? So we're going to pull another 3 cards to see if we can shed some light on where you should go and what you should do next, okay? Gemini, let's pull 3 more cards. We have the 10 of Swords. In this deck, we have 2 versions, and this one says everything is fine. So this is really encouragement, right? The worst has kind of happened for you, Gemini, but this card reminds us that the worst is over and that actually you can see a turnaround towards the end of this year. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, which tells me that whatever has been stuck, whatever has, not worked out, does have the potential to shift and to move towards the end of this year, right? If it was going to continue to be stuck, it would be upright, but it's coming up reverse. So there is a slight shift coming up. Now, this slight shift may be quite emotional for you, okay? So I'm really getting, to be honest, what I'm getting here is something around a funeral. So whether that's a literal funeral or just the death process of something will differ between whoever watches this. But that funeral process is a process of closure, right? So someone dies and then we spend a little bit of time planning that funeral, or less time depending on your religious beliefs and how that's set up. And then you go through the funeral, which is a process in itself, and a shift that can often release a lot of emotions. And it's in that release of emotions that you move forward. So that's what it feels like here for you, Gemini. It feels like in really feeling the pain of what has happened to you, allowing yourself to grieve that will be the shift that is needed to move forward, okay? So I don't want you to rush this, Gemini. I want you to allow yourself the time and the space to grieve, okay? Because it feels like you're in a grieving period. So for you, the rest of 2025 is really about allowing yourself to grieve and release and let go of what's hurt and to feel that pain. If you need to work through that with somebody, like a therapist or something, then please do. Because sometimes we do need support, we do need a bit of hand holding in that, okay? So this is really about that grief process, all right? I'm going to pull another 3 tarot cards. I was going to go to an oracle card, but let's see what else the tarot can tell us, Gemini. So yeah, the rest of this year is about you focusing on self-care, building yourself back up after heartbreak, okay? Getting yourself back into balance after pain, all right? I'm now going to pull you an oracle card, kind of just to tie it all together and to get some guidance. So did you hear my sound chimes went off then? I got these years ago, like decades ago, in Fisher. I think it was in San Francisco, Chinatown. And they're like yin yang balls, I think. I'm not even entirely sure. I remember I was quite young, I was a child, but I loved the sound they made. I loved the kind of mysticism that seemed to be at play. And I'm really getting a strong desire to just use this sound to help clear some of your grief, Gemini, okay? Using the sound waves to allow some of that grief to dissipate, alright? I hope you can hear this. And I hope it helps to some extent. I know you're supposed to kind of do this with them. But I'm just feeling this energy here. Doing this is the resonance that I want to use to help you clear that grief, alright? Just take a few minutes just to listen to this, and I hope that clears some of this grief for you, okay? Or at least helps you to get unstuck enough to feel it. And I'll pull you this oracle card. Apologies if that sounded just like a big mess to you. I felt called to do it and I hope it helps. So your oracle card, Gemini, is play. I like that. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So you really may not feel like celebrating right now, Gemini, but this card reminds you to take those moments out to have fun. Don't let it be all gloom and doom, okay? Do the work, but also do the playing, right? Make sure that you balance that grief with a bit of joy, even if it's just, reading a book, watching a TV show, having a coffee. Make sure to build happy things into your life towards the end of this year whilst you move through this grief. All right, take care, Gemini. Bye.